always heard.
You're watching our digital live stream. For the latest news and updates on developing stories, head over to our website, NBCPalmSprings.com.
Now on NBC Palm Springs at 5 across the state, today marks World Desert Day, the global effort to protect desert ecosystems ahead. Plus, a brand new program needs foster families for dogs. How the community can help support people in recovery coming up.
We're tracking strong Santa Ana winds and a warming trend. Your NBC Palm Springs starts now.
Now, connecting the valley, this is NBC Palm Springs at 5.
Good evening, I'm Tiani Jadaling. Thank you for joining us. Across the state, today is being recognized as World Desert Day. That's tonight's top story. The day shines a spotlight on deserts around the world and raises awareness about the vital role they play in our environment. World Desert Day was created and launched by the Living Desert Zoo and Gardens back in 2024. Organizers say the observance serves as a call to action, encouraging individuals, organizations, and communities worldwide to support desert conservation efforts.
And regardless of whether you can come celebrate with the Living Desert or you're celebrating at home, we want to raise awareness that deserts are an important and beautiful ecosystem full of vibrant animals and plants like Mojave and Maxine here, and that play a critical role in everything that we have on our planet. So deserts are important to recognize, celebrate, and take efforts to help them on your own.
The Living Desert Zoo and Gardens held a number of interactive activities, including scavenger hunts, animal connections, plant sales, and educational trading card activities to celebrate the day. And we're taking a live look now from our Agua Caliente casino camera high above Rancho Mirage. Can we talk about that sunset, that orange and yellowish sky? That's absolutely stunning, paired with some beautiful weather here in the valley. Kai Beach is in the Weather Center with your start of the weekend forecast.
Gorgeous weather this weekend. We've had some strong winds and some cool mornings. Those will change. But first, let's take a look at those wind gusts. We do see those high wind warning. That's going to be in effect until Sunday around 1 o'clock. As for those winds, take a look. Today, we could see gusts up to nearly 40 miles per hour in Whitewater. Those strong Santa Ana winds, those are going to continue into the work week. When it comes to air quality, we're looking at good conditions here on the valley floor, parts of the IE and LA, moderate conditions. For the highs today, well, take a look at Big Bear, cool 42 degrees. Cabazon, Bargain Shopping, 60 degrees here on the valley floor. West End, Palm Desert, 70. East End, Thousand Palms, 69. We go up the hill, Joshua Tree, 52 degrees. For tonight's evening walk forecast, go outside and enjoy it. 6 o'clock, low 60s, by 10, mid 50s, and at midnight, 53 degrees. It's been getting cold at night and lasting until the morning. Take a look at Big Bear, 19 degrees. That is cold. Here in the desert, we're looking Palm Springs 47, Indio 40, and up the hill, Joshua Tree 34 degrees. For tomorrow, more gorgeous conditions. It continues here in Palm Springs, low 70s. You head to the coast, you're going to see the same waves, 2 to 3 feet. Grab your board to go out there and have some fun. For Sunday, warm and dry. We do still have those breezy winds coming up. As for that 3-day forecast, brought to you by Comfort Air, let's take a look. Tuesday, we're all the way up, 78 degrees, and those overnight lows, mid 50s. To high 50s. I'll have a full forecast coming up, continuing with that warming trend.
And now, NBC Palm Springs Sports with Tim O'Brien, powered by Agua Caliente Casino.
The Coachella Valley Firebirds are back on home ice this evening as they take on the Henderson Silver Knights. Our Tim O'Brien's joining us live from inside Acrisure Arena. He has all the details on tonight's matchup. Hey, Tim.
Hey, Tiani, happy Saturday. I mean, where else would you want to be than inside Acrisure Arena? It's a weekend. Place is going to be packed. It is Pride Night for the Firebirds and the Henderson Silver Knights. You see the Pride jersey that I'm rocking. These jerseys available on auction, player-worn jerseys on the Dash auction app. They're going to wear these jerseys not just for warm-ups, for the entirety of the game as well. You don't want to call a game a must-win. It is only January after all, but the Firebirds have lost 4 of 5, and if you look at the standings right now, they are out of a playoff spot. So not the greatest place to be, but in 8th place. You win tonight, you can rocket yourself up to 4th place. As I've mentioned in weeks past, the Pacific Division is extremely close. It doesn't help when you lose guys like Jacob Melanson and Ryan Winterton, Ben Myers, Cale Fleury. I mean, all these guys that are up right now in Seattle, but the good thing is Yanni Newman is here, so you know that he's going to be able to put the team on his back and score a couple goals. Logan Morrison, who we'll hear from tonight on the pregame coming up in just a bit on my Firebirds TV on KPSC. He'll be my pregame interview, and his line with Jagger Furcus have been red hot. They're the 2 leading scorers on the team, so look for them to step up. Today we're standing in the back of house, and John Hayden said we're going to win tonight. So they know how important this game is against Henderson. Nike Coco in goal. You got to hope tonight the Firebirds are catching Henderson on a back-to-back following a shootout loss last night in Ontario. So coming up tonight on NBC Palm Springs at 11, we'll have a full recap. We'll hear from head coach Derek Laxdal and what we all hope, of course, to be a Firebirds victory. Again, it is Pride Night, so if you're coming out, expect a good energy. It is going to be loud and exciting here inside Acrisure Arena. We'll see you tonight at 11. Live inside Acrisure, I'm Tim O'Brien. Tiani, we'll send it back to you.
All right, we thank Tim for that report. In more local news, Clarkson Rancho Mirage is celebrating a grand reopening after completing a full store remodel. The store has held a celebration event earlier this afternoon. Officials with Clark's tell us the remodel includes several new improvements, including a specialized water filtration system designed to keep organic produce fresher, leading to better quality and health benefits.
We actually did a reopening because we remodeled our whole store. We started here in our produce section and we worked our way all the way through everything. We've changed everything from the floor all the way to the lighting. So like when you come in here, I really like it because it almost feels like it's hugging you, you know, and so it feels really inviting. I mean, whenever you're dealing with woods and you know, those kind of colors like the warms, it tends to feel more at home.
The celebration again taking place earlier this afternoon. Millions of Americans struggle with addiction, and many of them are pet owners. But for those seeking treatment, help isn't always easy, as many treatment centers don't allow pets. Now a new nonprofit is stepping in, fostering pets while their owners focus on recovery. Our Kai Beach has the story.
Oh, good girl. Oh, good girl.
Hale Wiggins knew she needed addiction treatment, but she refused to leave her dog Wonky.
To start my life over in sobriety without him, it felt like giving up on him.
Oh, the Wonky, the good boy.
She says most treatment centers turned her away because they wouldn't allow pets. Thankfully, her family stepped in to care for Wonky, giving Hale the peace of mind she needed to focus on healing.
Knowing that Wonky was safe while I was in treatment allowed me to fully focus on my recovery, knowing that he was going to be there for me when I got out.
But many people don't have that support. For them, a pet becomes a barrier to treatment. That's why Hale founded Wonky's House, a nonprofit that provides loving care for pets while their owners are in recovery.
Seeing how relieved they are to know that their animal is going to be safe is such a huge relief to me. And, you know, this is why I got sober. I got sober to give freely of what was so freely given to me. And I'm able to do that in this way, and I'm so grateful for that.
Now, this organization is asking our community to help foster dogs like these puppies.
She's like, get up, time to eat. You see that?
Because Hale wants to make sure no one has to choose between their recovery and their pets. I'm Kai Beach for NBC Palm Springs.
In news around the region, it's an ending most store owners don't get following a robbery. The crooks caught and all of the merchandise returned. It happened at a luxury handbag store in Irvine earlier this week, and it was all caught on tape. Hunter Sowards reports how police were able to stop the suspects in their tracks.
Out with your hands up, all the way out, or you're gonna get bit.
In the age of organized crime and massive smash and grabs, the crooks in this case not able to get away.
It was like a drama. You would have thought that came from a movie, but it was real life.
Tammy Fan, the CEO of Luxe du Jour, a luxury handbag store, praising Irvine PD's immediate response after a security guard noticed something suspicious overnight on Tuesday.
They roamed around, and then they knew exactly which bags to go steal.
With $100,000 worth of luxury items in hand, you see them peek out the back door.
These guys thought they were getting a clean getaway, and as they start to exit, they realized that they had been discovered.
Irvine PD had the building surrounded within minutes and then called in an eye in the sky, a drone from their neighbors.
At the time, we did not have an operator on duty, so yeah, we phoned a friend, which was the Costa Mesa Police Department.
The two suspects were treed inside, hiding out for hours. Then it was time to let the dogs out.
Crawl to me right now. Start crawling out.
All he could hear on the intercom was, "Surrender now, or we're releasing the dogs, and the dogs will bite." And I'm over there like, oh, I hope they release the dogs.
Start crawling out to my laser now.
The crooks are eventually caught and cuffed. Irvine PD says this case should send a strong message.
You can't come to Irvine and commit crime. You can expect to go to jail.
Lux du Jour has been a target with break-ins happening in October and December.
It definitely disturbs your peace of mind, for sure.
But this luxury heist halted in its tracks, with credit going to police for using every available resource.
So it shows that everybody working together was able to stop these guys in their tracks and recover an extremely large amount of loss.
Still ahead here on NBC Palm Springs, Macy's is shutting down more stores across the country. How many locations are affected and what the company says this means for shoppers coming up. Plus, the Golden Globes are almost here. The movies and shows with the most nominations ahead. You're watching NBC Palm Springs. We're back after the break.
Missed the news yesterday? Well, don't worry. You can watch the latest stories and even original news programming over on our website, NBCPalmSprings.com.
Every morning at 6 a.m., Jerry and I are here to help you start your day informed and connected. And after our newscast, I head out into our community to listen and bring you the stories that truly impact our lives here in the Valley so that your voice is heard.
You're watching our digital live stream. For the latest news and updates on developing stories, head over to our website, NBCPalmSprings.com.
Don't miss our digital exclusive content. Me on a Plate, Talking with Thalia, Kai the Deal Guy, and Desert Entertainment with Todd. Only on NBCPalmSprings.com.
News isn't all we do. We have a wide variety of original programming for you to enjoy over on our website, NBCPalmSprings.com.
Successful wildlife projects are happening all across the Salton Sea. And in the middle of these restoration efforts, lithium enters the equation. Dive into the delicate balance of nature and the emerging Lithium Valley, streaming on NBCPalmSprings.com.
Worried about missing a broadcast? Don't.
Committed to covering our community. You're watching NBC Palm Springs at 5.
Welcome back. Protests and vigils being held across the country today after an ICE agent fatally shot a woman in Minnesota this week. Jen Sullivan has details on the protests and what some Minnesota state leaders are saying about the incident.
Protests taking place across the country Saturday. This comes on the heels of protesters taking to the streets of downtown Minneapolis Friday night, as outrage continues after an Immigration and Customs Enforcement agent shot and killed 37-year-old Renee Nicole Good on Wednesday as she tried to drive away from him.
We are a safe city. We will not counter Donald Trump's chaos with our own brand of chaos here.
The Minneapolis police chief estimates more than 1,000 people demonstrated overnight Friday. At least 30 were detained and later released.
Largely peaceful, mainly a noise protest that was occurring.
The protests are in part in response to the ICE agent shooting and killing Good, which was captured on this cell phone video.
No! Shame! Shame!
The agent shoots killing Good, who was driving. But this cell phone video, released 2 days later and taken by the ICE agent, shows a different angle. You can see Good talking to agents before the shooting.
That's fine, dude. I'm not mad at you, right?
The Department of Homeland Security claims the new footage shows that, quote, the officer was in fear of his own life, the lives of his fellow officers, and acted in self-defense.
You have agitators, and we will always be protecting ICE, and we're always going to be protecting our Border Patrol and our law enforcement.
But many experts have criticized the agent's actions and say the videos do not prove any credible threat. The Department of Justice has blocked Minnesota investigators from participating in a probe into the shooting, a highly unusual move and a move that's infuriating many Minnesota leaders.
These agents do not know how to police, and, ICE officials, they don't know how to obey the law in any way or fashion.
The deadly shooting is spreading outrage across the country, with anti-ICE protests taking place in various cities Saturday. I'm Jen Sullivan reporting.
Police in Columbus, Ohio say they've made an arrest in the murder of a dentist and his wife. Spencer and Monique Tepe were found shot to death in their home on December 30th. The couple's 2 children, ages 4 and 1, were not harmed. Investigators say they have arrested Monique Tepe's ex-husband, Michael McKee. Authorities in Winnebago County, Illinois, announced today McKee is in custody. He's scheduled to appear in court on Monday. Tepe and McKee were married in 2015 and divorced 2 years later. And in news around the world, as President Trump and his administration float ideas of taking over or purchasing Greenland, Colin Jeffrey takes a look at the protections the NATO treaty promises its members.
At first glance, Article 5 of the North Atlantic Treaty seems straightforward. The text states, in part, that an armed attack against a NATO member in Europe or North America shall be considered an armed attack against them all. The definition of an armed attack has evolved since the treaty was signed in 1949. NATO members decide what qualifies as an armed attack. It can include a range of actions, the invasion of a country or its territories, acts of international terrorism, or even a cyber attack with widespread impact. After Article 5 is triggered, NATO members are required to provide assistance to allies, but the form those actions take is decided by each country. Denmark is a NATO member, and Greenland is a semi-autonomous country within the Kingdom of Denmark. White House officials say the Trump administration is discussing the potential purchase of Greenland. At the same time, the administration has signaled that President Trump has not ruled out military action to take the country. The Danish Prime Minister says a U.S. military attack on Greenland could effectively end NATO. I'm Colin Jeffrey reporting.
Pope Leo decried the use of military force as means of achieving diplomatic goals in an unusually sharp annual foreign policy speech Friday, in which he also called for human rights to be protected in Venezuela. Leo, the first U.S. Pope, said the weakness of international organizations in the face of global conflicts was a, quote, a particular cause for concern. A diplomacy that promotes dialogue and seeks consensus among all parties is being replaced by a diplomacy based on force, Leo told some 184 ambassadors accredited to the Vatican. War is back in vogue and the zeal for war is spreading, said Leo, who was elected Pope back in May, referring to President Trump's toppling last weekend of Venezuelan President Nicolas Maduro. The Pope called for world governments to respect the will of the Venezuelan people going forward. He said nations must safeguard the human and civil rights of Venezuelans. And in consumer news, Macy's plans to close 14 of its stores in 12 states across the country. The company says the closures are part of Macy's strategy to shrink its footprint in the United States. The department store chain says its goal is to better serve customers and support long-term growth. The closures will allow Macy's to invest more in stores that are doing well and expand its digital footprint, or presence, that is. Nearly 2 years ago, the company announced plans to close 150 underperforming stores by the end of this year. Taking a live look now from our Indian Wells Golf Resort camera. Sun slowly but surely setting in the east end of the valley. Your full forecast with Kai Beach is next.
Missed the news yesterday? Well, don't worry. You can watch the latest stories and even original news programming over on our website, NBCPalmSprings.com.
Every Every morning at 6 a.m., Jerry and I are here to help you start your day informed and connected. And after our newscast, I head out into our community to listen and bring you the stories that truly impact our lives here in the Valley so that your voice is heard.
You're watching our digital live stream. For the latest news and updates on developing stories, head over to our website, NBCPalmSprings.com.
Don't miss our digital exclusive content. Me on a Plate, Talking with Thalia, Kai the Deal Guy, and Desert Entertainment with Todd. Only on NBCPalmSprings.com.
News isn't all we do. We have a wide variety of original programming for you to enjoy over on our website, NBCPalmSprings.com.
Successful wildlife projects are happening all across the Salton Sea. And in the middle of these restoration efforts, lithium enters the equation. Dive into the delicate balance of nature and the emerging Lithium Valley, streaming on NBCPalmSprings.com.
Welcome back. We're taking a live look from our Walter Clark Highway 111 camera in Rancho Mirage. Some people enjoying the beautiful weather out there at the river, the sun setting, an absolutely beautiful picture that is. Kai Beach is standing by with your full forecast.
Well, happy Saturday, everyone. We've had some strong Santa Ana winds over the last few days and some pretty chilly mornings. Those strong winds, those are going to stay, but we will see a warming trend coming up. Today's high, 67 degrees. Normally it's 70, so we're just below average for this time of year. When it comes to those winds, we do have a high wind warning. That's going to last until Sunday around noon. Future wind potential, Whitewater going to see gusts nearly 40 miles an hour over the next few days. So if you're on I-10, please be careful if you're in a high-rise vehicle. For the high temps today, Big Bear City, a cool 42 degrees. Idlewild, 53 on the valley floor. We're looking at high 60s, low 70s, and up the hill, Joshua Tree, 52 degrees. For tonight, take a look at Big Bear, below freezing, 19 degrees. That is chilly. Idlewild getting cold as well, 36. On the valley floor, Palm Springs, West End, we're looking at 47 degrees. East End, Indio, 40. And up the hill, 29 Palms, 35 degrees. Now, despite these chilly mornings and these strong winds, we have some of the best weather in the country happening right here, right now. Denver, 46 degrees. Minneapolis, Minnesota, low 20s. Seattle, right, look at that. Low 50s. Our friends in the Bay, we're looking at high 50s. And in LA, we're looking at 70 degrees. For the waves out there, 2 to 3 feet, Orange County, LA. Grab your longboard, have some fun. For tomorrow's morning walk forecast, grab a jacket, go outside. It's going to be nice, but it's going to be kind of chilly out there. 6 o'clock, high 40s. By 10 a.m., low 60s. And by noon, just under 70 degrees. High temps for tomorrow, we got 60s and 70s on the board. We're looking at the high in Thermal, 73. Below in Idlewild, we're looking at a look at 60 degrees. For Monday, that's when we start to see temperatures start to creep up. We're going to see mid-70s here on the valley floor. But take a look at Wednesday, 7-day forecast brought to you by Comfort Air. We get back into the 80s and those overnight lows, low 50s to mid-50s.
Missed the news yesterday? Well, don't worry. You can watch the latest stories and even original news programming over on our website, NBCPalmSprings.com.
Every morning at 6 a.m., Jerry and I are here to help you start your day informed and connected. And after our newscast, I head out into our community to listen and bring you the stories that truly impact our lives here in the Valley so that your voice is heard.
You're watching our digital live stream. For the latest news and updates on developing stories, head over to our website, NBCPalmSprings.com.
Don't miss our digital exclusive content. Me on a Plate, Talking with Thalia, Kai the Deal Guy, and Desert Entertainment with Todd. Only on NBCPalmSprings.com.
News isn't all we do. We have a wide variety of original programming for you to enjoy over on our website, NBCPalmSprings.com.
Successful wildlife projects are happening all across the Salton Sea. And in the middle of these restoration efforts, lithium enters the equation. Dive into the delicate balance of nature and the emerging Lithium Valley, streaming on NBCPalmSprings.com.
And now the Agua Caliente Entertainment Report, brought to you by Agua Caliente Casinos.
The 83rd Golden Globe Awards are set for tomorrow. One battle after another is the lead movie contender with 9 nominations. It stars Leonardo DiCaprio and is directed by Paul Thomas Anderson. They're both up for acting and directing trophies. The film's sentimental value and Sinners also have numerous nominations. As for TV, The White Lotus and Adolescence are up for the most honors. The awards will air at 8 p.m. Eastern on CBS and stream on Paramount+. And Loki star Tom Hiddleston is back in his streaming series, The Night Manager. Rick Zamagella has that and more in our Hollywood Minute.
You know the real problem with human beings? We're genetically dishonest. You lied to me.
I had no choice.
Tom Hiddleston returns in The Night Manager. Here is your latest look at the second season of the streaming series, debuting this weekend.
No help is coming. This is how things are now. Not in the office anymore.
Here's a sneak peek at Send Help. Director Sam Raimi's dark comedy meets psychological thriller stars Rachel McAdams as an underappreciated corporate worker stranded on a deserted island with her new boss. The movie arrives in theaters with preview screenings on the 24th, followed by wide release on the 30th. That's Austin Starr and her latest single, Medusa. The song comes from the Boston Rockers' debut album, I Am the Enemy, slated to release February 13th. In Hollywood, I'm Rick Damagella.
Missed the news yesterday? Well, don't worry. You can watch the latest stories and even original news programming over on our website, NBCPalmSprings.com.
Every morning at 6 a.m., Jerry and I are here to help you start your day informed and connected. And after our newscast, I head out into our community to listen and bring you the stories that truly impact our lives here in the Valley so that your voice is heard.
You're watching our digital live stream. For the latest news and updates on developing stories, head over to our website, NBCPalmSprings.com.
Don't miss our digital exclusive content. Me on a Plate, Talking with Thalia, Kai the Deal Guy, and Desert Entertainment with Todd. Only on NBCPalmSprings.com.
News isn't all we do. We have a wide variety of original programming for you to enjoy over on our website, NBCPalmSprings.com.
Successful wildlife projects are happening all across the Salton Sea. And in the middle of these restoration efforts, lithium enters the equation. Dive into the delicate balance of nature and the emerging Lithium Valley, streaming on NBCPalmSprings.com.
Worried about missing a broadcast? Don't worry. We stream just about everywhere from Instagram to YouTube, Twitter, Facebook, and of course our website, NBCPalmSprings.com. Be sure not to miss anything. If you're only watching us on TV, you're only getting part of the story. Head to our new website for the latest broadcasts, digital exclusive content, contests, and more. Go to NBCPalmSprings.com.
A Chicago teenager who's battling cancer got a special surprise on Friday. 15-year-old Delvin McGee got to meet Chicago Bulls superstar Derrick Rose at the team's practice facility. Not only that, the teen and his family were gifted an all-expenses-paid trip to travel with the team to Brooklyn for a game next week. The teen was diagnosed with stage 2 lymphoma last fall, and his cancer battle has prevented him from playing the game he loves most, and that's basketball. McGee and the Bulls star also have another connection. Rose is a graduate of Simeon High School, and McGee is a freshman there now. What a special moment. How cool to meet your idol. That is so extremely special. Well, thank you for joining us. We're back in 30 minutes.